Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the industry-leading Top Gun Options Full Throttle or Solo Amazon program. The mission objective of this vid is to, first of all, welcome you aboard and to familiarize you with our member site. Let's get started up here in the upper right. If you don't see log out or howdy and your name up here, you're not logged in and you won't be able to see all the content. We get emails to support sometimes saying, hey, I don't have access to this or that, or you're not logged in. Make sure you're logged into the website, folks. If you're not seeing logged out or howdy, you are not logged in. Let's take a look at around the website here. Underneath the blog page is where our daily sit rep, situation report, or MIB, market intel briefs, are posted. So you can come to this page, but actually the sit rep should be pushed to you whenever I publish a situation report or a market intel brief. As soon as I push publish, it automatically fires to everybody who is on that list. If you're not seeing this on a daily basis, do me a favor and head to go.topgunoptions.com/sitrep and just put in your name and email, and you'll get on that list. You should be on there. You should be getting it. Real quick reminder, folks, if you're not getting our emails, there's a 99.9% probability they're sitting in your spam. So please go into your spam and mark it as safe, and you'll get everything here from Top Gun Options. It usually is in spam, folks. Believe it or not, I stopped clicking on the sit rep for like a couple days, and what did Google do? Google just kind of on their own, using their own brain, started putting that into spam. They actually start putting stuff in the spam that you're not looking at regularly. So now every day, even though I did the damn thing, I have to actually click on sit rep so it doesn't end up going into spam. Okay, let's go back to the page here. The services tab is for essentially non-members. You know, there's some, whenever I do an article, a media appearance, there's Wisdom in the News. Here's my book, and then just memberships that are available to people who haven't joined yet. Shameless plug. Head to the book page, go.topgunoptions.com/book, and for $35, I'll go ahead and autograph it and get it out in the mail to you. I strongly recommend you do this. It kind of tells you a little bit about my journey from sea level to sea level, going from the cockpit of an F-18 to essentially the corner office of a multi-billion-dollar volatility arbitrage firm in Chicago. But it also gives you my mindset around planning, debriefing, execution, a lot of solid stuff in here that you can not only apply to your trading, but to your business as well, and your personal execution. A couple clips of me in Vegas talking to, that's the CEO of McKesson, highest paid CEO in the world that year, $145 million this guy was paid. And I was speaking to 1,500 sales reps. McKesson is the Fortune 7, largest healthcare company in the world. So got some speaking clips on here because I do keynotes, motivational speaking around the United States, around the world, before the world ended. So $35, I'll drop it in the mail and get it autographed and signed to you. All right, back to the regular website here. Underneath member content is where all of your stuff is, all of your member stuff. We send out email and text alerts throughout the week. When I'm opening a new position, we do not send closing text or email alerts, period. We do not give financial advice. I can't do that. I'm not a registered investment advisor. I don't know your personal situation, your risk tolerance, any of that stuff. We do send opening alerts. The other reason we don't send closing alerts, folks, is because we talk in the briefs. That's what we do in the brief. Before we ever get into a potential position, we do what? We know when we're getting out of it, either for min loss or max profit. Okay? But if you're not getting the text alerts, do me a favor, go over here to this SMS form, because we're not mind readers, folks. Some people, I'm not getting text, and then after it takes hours of us researching, you signed up for the services and you used your work number or your home number. Well, guess what? You ain't getting a text alert to that. So please go to this SMS form, and you can add your number in here if you're not getting text alerts, okay? So that is underneath member content, SMS form. Let's move over to the right here. This is called the Ready Room, folks, and this is an absolutely fantastic asset to use. The Ready Room of a Fighter Squadron is that place where we hung out. It was essentially the living room of the Fighter Squadron. Before I went flying, after I went flying, boots up on the table, sipping on coffee. I learned more about flying and fighting the F-18 Hornet in the Ready Room than I did from a book. Listen to the senior pilots, junior pilots making fun of each other. This is a great resource in here. Roth IRA, airlines, Sunday night brief, geopolitical news, posting images, expectations for the S&P 500, unemployment, tax recommendation. Get in here and interact with your fellow members. I try and get in here maybe once or twice a day to help out or ask questions. This is your resource when you have questions. So that's the Ready Room. Additionally, right now, I'm thrilled that we launched this. We have an Afterburner trading group here, folks. I am 69 folks in this group. It's high dollar. You can reach out to me. It's shoot me an email, wiz@topgunoptions.com. But this is essentially a live Ready Room. I am in here all day, all night. Well, it's on my cell phone, but putting out intelligence that I'm hearing from hedge fund managers, portfolio managers, market moving stuff, throwing trades up when I'm in, out. Everybody else is doing the same thing. We have doctors in here, fighter pilots, attorneys. We have the star of CBS SEAL team in here. So this is called Afterburner trading, and it's $20,000 up until 30 September. And then on 1 October, we'll probably keep it at that price, but we'll open up the doors for potentially more folks. So if you're interested in this, like I said, I'm up at 2 in the morning sometimes on international calls. I'm on a Squawk Box call every morning with billionaire hedge fund managers, portfolio managers, commodity guys in London, Hong Kong, you name it. This Afterburner trading is it's fantastic. The Ready Room is, let's just say, a little bit more blue collar. Like I said, if I have time, I'm in here maybe once a day to try and answer some questions. Other than that, I'm over here on this thread and passing some good intel. Okay. Full throttle training. Let's go underneath member content. Full throttle right here. You have got to live on this page. If you are brand new, go bury your face in here. We take a building block approach at Top Gun Options. These are 8 sessions. Start with session 1. Here's our methodology and where I gather a lot of my intelligence. Session 2, the basics of calls and puts. Session 3, you see where I'm getting at here. You have got to watch these training videos 10 times. I'm not being facetious, man. We have people who watch these over and over and over again, and every time they watch them, they say that they get something new or learn something new. This is a must, because during the live trade briefs, folks, I'm not going to take an hour to discuss a bear call spread and how to do it. That's what this is for. Grab a glass of wine, go watch the bear call spread presentation. During a live trade brief, in the chat box, if you ask a basic question or a question about something that's answered in the full throttle training videos, I'm going to ignore you. Or I'm going to say, you have to go watch a training video. But even that, me having to say, go watch the training video on this topic, is taking up time, valuable time that we could be looking at positions or talking about the market. Okay, this is not debatable. You have got to watch the full throttle sessions. We do 8 of these once a quarter. So 4 times a year, I do new ones of these. A call is a call, and it was in 1984 as it is today. But the topics around that I like doing 4 times a year to make them fresh. There's nothing worse over at Brand X or Brand Y charging you 10 grand for a lecture on calls that they did. It's on Betamax. It's a disgrace. So I update these 4 times a year. We'll probably, on my calendar in front of me, each quarter we're going to do one of these. So full throttle training is absolutely a must. Okay, let's take a look at what the actual flight schedule is for each week here at Top Gun Options. Okay, on Monday, every Monday, we have what is called the weekly options brief, and that is at high noon. High noon on Monday. In the old days, before the world ended, this was the portfolio where we just focused on tactical trading, trades that expired during that week. Okay. Tuesdays at 10 a.m., we have what's called the primary live trade brief. Again, before the world ended, we trade some front months. Like, what's the front month? Well, you're sitting in the front month. And the back months, all the way out, we can employ what are called leaps, long-term options out a couple years. So that portfolio usually does that. But you trade the market you have, not the one you want. So there's a lot of tactical trading going on in there right now as well. On Wednesday at 1 p.m., we do what's called accelerated retirement, AR. Great. It's back in the day, that was the more conservative portfolio, definitely longer dated trades. But again, due to current conditions, we're doing some really tactical trading. That trading is up, that portfolio is up nearly $1 million in 3 months since January 1st of 2020. Absolute insanity. What a blast in accelerated retirement. And then every Thursday at 10 a.m. we do a weekly debrief, kind of look across the portfolios and maybe throw some additional trades into that specific portfolio, the weekly debrief portfolio. Text alerts, email alerts go out for weekly options, the primary live trade brief, and the weekly debrief if I see any new trades on a Thursday. AR, accelerated retirement, does not get text or email alerts. The trades will be put on the pages, the member page after the brief, but not sent out during or at all. Solo Amazon, folks, is not included in Full Throttle Max. It's not on the screen, so that should tell you it's not included. Every Monday at 2 p.m., after weekly options, we do what's called Solo Amazon. It's its own separate service where we just trade what? Figure it out. Solo Amazon. We just trade Amazon. We also trade the ETF known as XLY, but we can get into that. You can contact support if you'd like to join Solo Amazon. It's a great service. Yeah, that might be the only stock you need to trade for the rest of your life. It's its own stock market, folks. It has its own volatility index. Quick reminder, what's on the screen is subject to change. I do keynotes when the world opens up again. I travel around the world. I travel around the United States, do business consulting, trading consulting, consult with hedge funds. So this schedule is subject to change. Every Sunday night, our support team sends out what we call the flight schedule for the week. So make sure Sunday night you kind of take a look at that email, and it'll tell you what the week is looking like, okay? Again, check your spam folder if you're not seeing our emails, and do not unsubscribe, folks. Some of you might have come from one of our partners, meaning they emailed out for us and you saw it and you're here. We also email for our partners, okay? So if you're seeing marketing emails from us, if you click unsubscribe, it takes an act of Congress, folks, to get you back on our list. Do not do it. Do me a favor, just delete a marketing email if it doesn't interest you. If you click spam, you're done. You have to go open another email account for Top Gun, and it's going to be a pain. So please do not unsubscribe. Let's talk about the 2 ways that you can get into a brief. Let's look underneath member content, for example, and let's go take a look at weekly options. About an hour before every brief, you will get an email from us that says, click here to get in the brief. So that's step 1. That's the email, okay? That's not the primary way to get into the briefs. At the top of every member page, weekly options, primary, accelerated retirement is a box right here. Weekly option sessions, Monday. Oh, I got to change this. It's noon. I got to change that. Register for your member sessions. Click there to register. Let's go to the primary live trade brief. Primary live trade brief sessions, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Register for. So at the top of every page with the member content on here is how to get in. This is your primary way to get in here, folks. The primary way to get in to a brief is at the top of the member page. Click register for your member sessions. Give me a vertical head nod that you heard that. Do not email support and say, hey, I didn't get the link for today. You're lucky we'd send that, folks. My support kind of has overruled me. They're like, well, can we still send that out? Because people clearly don't. I don't know. Whatever. I'll leave it alone. Let's take a look at the member page. So all the trades are on here, all the recordings. 31 March primary brief. Click on here. There's some verbiage at the top about what we did, blah, 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 a screenshot of the order page of the whether we are filled or not, and then screenshots of the exact trades. And at the bottom of every member page is actually the recording from that session. Okay, So you don't have to be in the briefs. You'll get a text, you'll get an email with the trades, and then maybe after the kids go to bed or during a lunch break or whatever, you can watch the replay from that session. After the brief, it takes me, depending on how long we went, it takes about 30 to 45 minutes to render the recording and get it posted at the page. Okay? Quick reminder, we do not do phone support. Disconnected the phone. There is no phone support, folks. It has to be email. Phone support, something gets written on a sticky and it's gone. Email support, folks, we have an electronic chain of what your issue is. So absolutely no phone support. So finally, Top Gun. I strongly recommend, strongly recommend that you open a paper trading account. You can go to etrade.com/topgun, etrade.com/topgun. I use eTrade as our training platform. It's a great platform to train on, one of the best systems out there, and that's what I use. So etrade.com/topgun. Okay. And they, the folks from eTrade actually swing by Top Gun Options. I try and get them here maybe once a month or once every other month to do what I call a platform demo to kind of demonstrate what's going on their platform. Last thing here, folks, there's a materials tab. This is where you get your stuff, your manuals, options pocket checklist, the primary, intermediate, and advanced workbooks. You have got to bury your face in these things. These are an absolute must. There's where your materials are. Member content, materials. Okay? All right, so like I said, welcome aboard. This is fantastic. There's never been a better time to learn how to trade equity options, and we are extremely fired up that you're here. If you want access to the Afterburner trading thread, live, day, night, it's fantastic. You can shoot me an email, Wiz, W-H-I-Z, at topgunoptions.com. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless, and I'll see you in the live trading room.